Here we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Shrimp Grenade channel. I am your host, the average weapon squad enjoyer that your mom said that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, the purpose of today's video is going to be telling you how to utilize an M240 Lima or an M240 Bravo machine gun to destroy your enemies in Minecraft, okay? If you're getting overwhelmed right now by everything going on the board, don't. I'm going to break it down Barney style. We're going to go through it. I'm going to use the talk through method of instruction. And by the time you're out of here and after this video, you will hopefully be able to understand and actually use a machine gun. Guys, it's important to note, this channel is not a go out to the range, high edit everything, some crazy editing, and you get, 25-minute video of shooting a machine gun, right? This is going to be the actual application, the serious application of machine gun theory. With all that being said, get down in the comment section. I want every single one of you to post your favorite machine gun, whether it be an MG42, whether it be an M249 SAW, whether it be a PPSH. Outside of the Army, mine is probably the PPSH. In the Army, the M240 Lima is my favorite machine gun. Get down in the comment section, and what I would encourage you to do, don't just post your favorite machine gun. Go over to somebody else's comment and engage with them and figure out why they like it. And let's actually start to develop a community. Hit the like button, guys. It does more than you know. Every time you hit the like button, it lets somebody else know that hasn't found the channel yet, that's like-minded like both of us, to come check it out, okay? The race to 20,000 subscribers, we're almost there. My goal is to get to 20,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and I'm going to keep cranking these videos out every single freaking day until I either die of pre-workout, okay, or I don't know, I get hit by a bus or something, okay? So expect a video like this every single freaking day until the pre-workout gets me. Patreon, it's $5 a month. You guys know the deal, okay? There's a lot of you guys. I love it. You're down in the comment section. You're telling me, do this video, do this battle drill, do this, do machine gun theory, do indirect fire, do this, do that. I hear you, but invest in those that invest in you. I'm investing my time in you. I'm teaching out of work, okay? I'm a drill sergeant leader. I go to work. I get off work, I go to the freaking gym, and then I come here and I film machine gun theory for about an hour or however long it takes me to articulate everything on the board. So if you could do me a favor, check out the Patreon. It's only $5 a month. If you actually want to see the lifts that I do in the gym, check out the Instagram. Okay. With all that being said, of course, the drink for the video is protein and water because it's going to be potentially a long one. Depending on how long it takes me to articulate everything on the board, okay? If you get overwhelmed, everyone should have their notebook out. So as I'm taking a drink of water here, go grab your notebook, make sure you're effectively taking notes, because how else are you gonna retain this information when you're trying to utilize this in Minecraft? You see what I'm saying? We do have I am dog sitting for a friend. So if the puppies run in, we'll have to go with it, okay? All right, as you guys know, I'm not going to edit this at all. It's just going to be a block of instruction. So, machine gun theory, and if someone could help me out and post the checkpoints, no, go lay down. If someone can help me out and post the checkpoints for exactly the timestamps, so if guys get confused, they can go back and actually find the place where they got confused or whatever, okay? Or if they have questions, they can go back. All right. So, machine gun theory or pig gunners. Pig gunners was the name of my squad. My resume, if this is the first video that you've seen, active duty, over a decade, infantry dude. I've been a weapons squad leader for about a year, and I've been a Bradley commander, so I've had a lot of time around the M240 Bravo and the M240 Lima and the M240 Coax, okay? With that being said, okay, machine gun theory. The purpose of machine gun theory is basically right here, but scattered across the board to make you be able to understand how to effectively utilize the machine gun. An M240 Bravo or an M240 Lima is what we're specifically going to be talking about, okay? Is a gas-operated, air-cooled, belt-fed machine gun that fires from an open bolt position. It fires an M80 Alpha 1 projectile, 7.62 by 51 NATO, with 1 in every 5 rounds being an M62 tracer, okay? You can fire it from a bipod or a tripod, preferably on a tripod, but we're going to get into that in a second. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about are the capabilities of the weapon system, okay? So it's important to understand the capabilities of your weapon because when you place a machine gun in Minecraft, you need to know how far those bullets are going to actually be able to travel, and are they going to be effective when they get there. Okay, so we'll talk about that first. We have point target and area target. When you think about point target, I want you to think about an individual dude. Okay, that is a point target. So if it's saying bipod, point target is 600 meters. What that means is that 600 meters on only the bipod, I can hit them, okay? An easy way to remember this is point to area 6 to 8, and then tripod point to area 8 to 1, okay? So 600 meters is the point target for the M240 Lima machine gun. Freaking baller machine gun, if you ask me. And the area is going to be 800. Tripod point target is 800, area is 1100 meters. So what that should basically tell you is, if you can afford it, which you can, and I'm going to talk through some commands in a second for actually employing the machine gun, but if you can afford it, you need to have that gun up on tripod, okay? That's going to come with rehearsals. Basically, if you're a machine gunner and you're watching this, you need to be up in the day room. You need to draw your weapon every day. You need to draw the barrel bag. You need to draw the machine gun tripod. You need to go up in the day room or go up wherever, however your company area is laid out. You need to get your ammo bearer, your assistant gunner, and your gunner, and all of you need to do gunner down drills, barrel change drills, up on tripod, off tripod, packing up, moving with the gun, how to actually sling the weapon, okay? I recommend the necklace carry, I guess is the way we call it. So you just sling it around just your neck and kind of hold it like this with your starter belt, okay? Guys, a starter belt is simply 20 to 25 round belt. It's like pretty small, but it's exactly what it sounds like. You're gonna have it in the gun in case you take contact when you're maneuvering with the machine gun, and then as you get into the prone firing position, your assistant gunner is going to link in the actual ammo. So by the time you get done with that starter belt, die, you know what I'm saying? That second, your assistant gunner has it linked in, all right? Let's take a drink break. If you're getting confused, don't worry about it. Guys, reminder, hit the like button. You guys already know the deal by now. Okay. There are 3 members of the machine gun team, typically 2, if not 3 machine gun crews per weapon squad. So what that tells you is, if you are an ammo bearer, which is the purpose of an ammo bearer is literally to carry the extra ammo and sometimes the extra barrel, but normally that's the assistant gunner. But if you're an ammo bearer, all you're doing is carrying the ammo, okay? If you're, we used to call it a different word, but I'll let you guys figure out what that was. If you're the assistant gunner, if you're in Ranger Battalion, okay, I've never been in Ranger Battalion, I've only been an airborne dude, right? But I've heard and I've seen the Rangers run the most senior guy in the gun team on the gun. But typically what I would do is I would have my most senior guy as the assistant gunner. It really depends on your soldiers, so figure out your soldiers and make sure you have the most effective dude on the gun. Okay, so you have your assistant gunner. Your assistant gunner is going to do things like position the tripod, put the pencil in. He's going to activate the PEC 15. He's going to link in ammo. He's going to actually do the barrel change. That is the things the assistant gunner is going to do. He is in charge of that gun team. Okay, the weapon squad leader will be in charge of all the crews, but that assistant gunner is in charge of that crew. The gunner on the actual gun is responsible for only doing 2 things: pulling the trigger and carrying the gun. So I know it sounds counterintuitive. Well, wouldn't the guy on the gun be the most senior? Absolutely not. Okay. Typically, the gun bunny is what we like to call it, okay? Shout out to my my former weapon squad. If you guys see this, you guys were freaking awesome. The pig gunners, okay? But if you're the gun bunny, aka the guy that's actually pulling the trigger and carrying the gun, that's all you're doing, okay? You're pulling the trigger, you're aiming wherever the assistant gunner tells you to aim, and that is your role as the gun bunny, okay? I know a lot of you guys think, well, isn't a gun bunny some of these influencers and stuff on YouTube and Instagram? Incorrect. A gun bunny is the person carrying the machine gun. Okay. All right, so now that you understand exactly how many people it takes to effectively employ the machine gun, I want to talk through some commands. Some commands might be, so the way it will typically work, you'll get a fire command: rapid, sustained, cyclic, okay? Not in that order. So it would be sustained rate of fire, okay? So if you get a sustained rate of fire, write this down, you're gonna need to know this. Sustained rate of fire is 100 rounds per minute, 4 to 5 seconds, with a barrel change every 10 minutes. I say it again, sustained rate of fire, 100 rounds per minute, and every 4 to 5 seconds is gonna be your burst with a barrel change every 10 minutes, okay? That's the slowest rate of fire. Then you have your rapid rate of fire. Rapid rate of fire is 200 rounds per minute, 2 to 3 seconds between bursts, okay? And 2 minutes for barrel change. So what a command might sound like is, gun 1, rapid 3, reset the count. And then the ammo, the assistant gunner, the AG, I'm just gonna say AG from now on. The AG will look back at me and say, whatever command I just said, gun 1, rapid 3, reset the count, hit it. And then the gunner will hit it, die, mother jumper, die, 1, 2, 3. Die, mother jumper, die, 1, 2, 3. If I said, gun line, rapid 3, reset the count, every single machine gun, okay, so if I have 3 crews, I say, gun line, rapid 3, reset the count. All that's gonna mean is the AGs are gonna echo it. Gun line, rapid 3, reset the count. Reset the count means if I have, I have 3 machine guns, it's gonna reset to the left. So whatever gun 1 over here, they will be the first one to fire. Die, mother jumper, die. Then it's gonna go to gun 2. 1, 2, 3. Die, mother jumper, die. Then it's gonna go to gun 3. 1, 2, 3. Die, mother jumper, die. And it's literally gonna go through that, and then guess where it's gonna go after gun 3? All the way back to gun 1. So every gun isn't gonna be firing, okay? They're gonna be, die, mother jumper, die. Letting the finger off the trigger. The AG is gonna watch the rounds, freaking smoke that dude in Minecraft, and then he's gonna be adjusting it. Then he's gonna hear gun 2 go off. Die, motherfucker, die. Got it? He's gonna hear gun 3 go off 3 seconds later. And then every command that the weapon squad leader gives to the AGs, everyone on the firing line will echo it, okay? Does that make sense? I hope it does. Let's take a water break, and then I'm gonna tell you how to get up on tripod, off tripod, how to conduct a barrel change. And then I'm gonna keep talking to you about some of this. Okay, so to get on tripod, okay? Tripod is a tripod. It's what you're sitting on right now. But you'll have to look it up. If you don't know how to use it, you need to become familiar with it. But it's going to take practice. It's going to take rehearsals. But it would sound like this. We take contact, or we initiate contact. Well, it would be most likely we'll receive contact from the enemy. We'll get down into a good firing position. The gunner, what does the gunner start doing? The gun bunny. The gunner starts ripping. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. By the time that second burst is over, going into that third burst, I should have all my AGs, my assistant gunners, linking in that belt. Okay? They should be linking in the belt for the next burst, okay? What it'll sound like is sustain or rapid 3, reset the count. Rapid 3, reset the count. Gun 1 goes. And I would say something like this. Gun 1, tripod after next burst. And the AG would look back at me. Gun 1, tripod after next burst. They fire the burst. Boom, 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 boom. Then tripod. They both say it out loud. They get up on tripod. Okay? So I'm gonna say that again. Say we get in contact. We all get down on line. The gun bunny starts ripping and freaking rocking, okay? He's rocking. All you're gonna hear from the weasel is rapid 3, or gun line, rapid 3, reset the count. Gun 1, tripod after next burst. Gun 1, tripod after next burst. Two, tripod. Now gun 1 is getting up on tripod. So what is the implied task for gun 2 or gun 3 if you have 3 guns? Yes, they're gonna pick up. They're just gonna echo and talk the guns between gun 2 and gun 3, and then after gun 1 is set, they're gonna say gun 1 set. Does that make sense? Okay. Now I would do the same thing for gun 2 and gun 3. Okay, I would tell gun 2 tripod after next burst. Gun 2 tripod after next burst. I might also give a supplementary command like gun 2 tripod after next burst. Sustained 5. Reset the count. Everyone's going to echo it, and guess what? They're going to reset the count back to the left side, okay? Let's say you want to get off. If you want to get off of the tripod, you're going to do the same exact manner. If you want to conduct a barrel change, I'm going to be monitoring. Remember how we talked about sustained, rapid, and cyclic? Or did I tell you cyclic? Cyclic is 650 rounds, preferably 950 rounds. And all that is you're literally holding the trigger down and letting the gun go. Okay? That is cyclic, okay? The least preferred, but that cyclic is what you'll use if things are really, really bad or you're initiating a mad minute. To do a barrel change, okay? To conduct a barrel change is pretty simple. Guess what? I'm going to be monitoring how many freaking rounds I'm having my dudes smoke, right? So as my dudes are freaking burning, it's okay, baby, lay down. As my dudes are freaking burning that ammo, I'm going to be monitoring the rates of fire. I'm also going to be calling up to the platoon leader. 3-6, this is 3-4, 10 minutes of suppression remaining, 800 rounds, over. All that's doing is letting the boss know how much ammo I have left to effectively support him from my gun line, from my support by fire, okay? So if you're the weasel, you need to be calling up to the boss, however often you think, okay? To conduct a barrel change, simply, as I'm monitoring their barrels, hey, barrel change after next, gun one, barrel change after next burst. The AG echoes it, barrel change. They fire the burst, barrel change, okay? You see what I'm saying? As you're firing rounds, AGs, you need to be looking back at your weasel and giving them an ammo count. The way I had my AGs do it is, this meant 900, this meant 800, this meant 700, 600, 500, 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys saw how I changed my hand direction, right? So as my AGs are firing, and they're going to look back at me, I'm going to be in a centralized location. As the weapon squad leader, they're going to look back and say, 900. Okay, now I know gun one's got 900 rounds. If I look back over later and he does one of these, and he didn't tell me between all the other increments, guess what's going to happen to my AG when we get back in the, we're going to have a conversation when we get back, okay? So that is how you monitor rounds, and that's how you effectively send up hand and arm signals. That's how you conduct a barrel change. All right, let's take a protein drink break. Guys, if you enjoy this content, consider sharing it with a buddy that is like-minded. If you're in the infantry and you're growing up and you're seeing this, well, study this, learn it, and then go teach it. Go teach it to your buddies. Go teach it to your team leader. Go teach it to your squad leader. I guarantee you they will appreciate the fact that you're putting in the effort, okay? Okay, I'm going to talk about some characteristics of fire, okay? So we have grazing fire. Grazing fire is simply you're aiming 1 meter off the marching surface and you fire a burst, okay? It should be able to hit out to 600 meters, okay? So that is grazing fire. So if someone says grazing fire, that is simply aiming your muzzle 1 meter, which is the average height of an enemy combatant in Minecraft, 1 meter off the marching surface, fire the burst, and it'll shoot effectively out to 600. Obviously, we're going to talk about respect to ground, okay? But that is grazing fire. Plunging fire. When you hear plunging fire, simply think overhead, or think almost like you're allowing the rounds to kind of drop onto them. You're not trying to just use your line of sight, per se. You're going to allow the rounds to go possibly over friendlies' heads, okay? If you have a friendly element assaulting, you can use plunging fire, okay? Obviously, it's going to be based on your commander, and the terrain is going to dictate. So if, like, your friendlies can move in a low ground while you're firing over, does that make sense? So if this was your plunging fire, your friendlies would be moving, like, in an area where they're not going to get smoked, obviously. Okay? So that's plunging fire, overhead. Let's talk about cone of fire. Cone of fire. This is a cone of fire. Okay, so okay, so in this description, this is where the muzzle is pointing, just barely elevated up. Obviously, this is for dramatic effect. Okay, so this is your muzzle. Your optic or your iron sights will be looking directly at the target. So this dotted line is where your optic is looking at. Your muzzle is just barely canted up based on your zero, okay? Based on your zero. You do a 10-meter zero with the M240 Lima, all right? So the barrel is just barely canted up, and the line of sight, this is your line of sight, the dotted line. This is your line of bore, okay? Line of bore, or where the barrel is technically aiming at, okay? So cone of fire is this bad area right here. It's where all the bullets are going. If you remember a previous video, it's like where all the bullets are going in that burst, okay? Because it's a machine gun, so they're going to be going a little bit crazy, but you still have to make a cone of fire by controlling that recoil. So this is your cone of fire. This is your max ordinate. Max ordinate is simply the highest point that the bullet will travel on the way to the target, okay? That is called this is all external ballistics. So internal ballistics is everything that happens inside to the bullet inside the weapon. All right, so that's internal ballistics. External ballistics is everything that happens to the bullet in flight from the muzzle, once it leaves the muzzle, to right before it hits the target. So that's external ballistics. Terminal ballistics is where the freaking metal hits your intended threat and starts to do the work, okay? It starts to do the intended stuff on the freaking target, okay? So that's terminal ballistics. So we have internal, external, and terminal. Hopefully you're writing these down because I'm going to quiz you on it later. All right, this is your max ordinate, the max height of the bullet. This is your beat 10 zone, okay? The beat 10 zone is where the rounds are actually going to impact. You must have 85% or more of the rounds to land in that area together for it to be a beaten zone, okay? 85%, that's also a test question, okay? So if your cone of fire, max ordinate, in the beaten zone, this is kind of like what your cone of fire would look like. Remember your line of sight and your line of bore, okay? Let's take a protein drink, break, and then I want to talk to you a little bit about tracer burnout, okay? Okay, so tracer burnout. All tracer burnout is 1 in every 5 rounds is a tracer. 1 in every 5 rounds is an M62 tracer. Okay, all the rest of them are M80 Alpha 1. So tracer burnout, what can we use it for? Correct. We can use it for estimating range, okay? We can also use it to gauge our point of aim, okay? So you can use tracer burnout to estimate range. So if you're in a firefight in Minecraft and you have the enemy engaging you and you fire a tracer or you fire a burst and it burns out short, well, you can use tracer burnout, which is 900 meters, give or take, approximately 900 meters to actually be able to tell where your bullet, where the enemy's at in Minecraft, okay? The M240 Lima is 22.3 pounds. So your gun bunny, typically your weapon squad, but your gun bunny needs to be freaking drinking his protein, making sure he's jacked out of his mind, okay? Typically, your weapon squad needs to be doing a little bit more, we'll just say hypertrophy and strength training, okay? They need to be getting after it. They still need to be able to maneuver, but they need to be freaking jacked. Okay, we already went over commands. We already went over this. I want to talk about the kill zone. So, smiley face, because it's Minecraft. Let me check the camera, boys. Make sure we're still good. We are good. Okay. So let's talk about the kill zone. The kill zone is just the off button. So if I hit the Minecraft guy, the Roblox character, the villager, if I hit them right here, where the red is, or right here on their body, it's an instant incapacitation. That means their body is going to immediately either drop like a sack of potatoes, or they'll take a couple more steps, but they're already dead. They don't know they're dead, and then they'll fall over. Okay, so there's two methods. It'll either hit them and they'll drop, like whatever they're carrying, they'll just drop it and they'll kind of buckle on themselves, or if they're running and it hits them, hits the off button, they'll kind of like fall into it, but they're dead in Minecraft. Okay. This is the boiler room. This stuff right here, this box. Okay, if you hit them in the boiler room, they're gonna die within 1 hour, okay, without medical aid, because you hit their lungs or their spine, but it's not preferred, okay? So where the diagonal lines are, that is the off button or the kill zone. Smiley face. Obviously, you have your arteries that run through the groin, but that's not where we're aiming at. Or that's not what we want our point of impact to be, okay? All right. The last couple of things I want to talk about 2 more things, and then we'll get you guys out of here. Please, guys, share the video with a buddy. Do all the things. Try to help me out. Leave a comment, leave a like if you enjoy the content. All right, frontal. Guys, these are all going to be respect to target, okay? This is also a test question, okay? So respect to target, if my machine gun, so this is the symbol for the machine gun, the M240 Lima, okay? That is the symbol if you're going to put it on like a range card or something. So we have frontal, oblique, flanking, and enfilade. Which one do you guys think is the most preferred? Right. So enfilade. Enfilade is where your entire see this beaten zone? This square is the beaten zone. My gun's right here. Okay. So that means my entire beaten zone for enfilade fire is going to land on this enemy Minecraft squad. Right. That means they're all going to die. Now, you have flanking fire. Okay, that just means you're hitting them either from the side, if their direction of travel is this way, okay? You're hitting them from the side or from the rear. But obviously in this particular case, they're all gonna die because it just happens to line up. But imagine if they were one guy here, 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 one guy here. Would my beaten zone still kill them all? No, it would not, okay? Because my beaten zone would be going, because my gun's down here, right? So that's my gun, my beaten zone would be like this. Okay, so this would be my beaten zone. So these guys would survive. So that is not preferred, right? Flanking is not preferred as opposed to enfilade where all my rounds are impacting them. Oblique fire. Thing about oblique is like 45 degree. Okay, you get your 45 degree. So if they're going this way, see this squad? If this infantry squad or team is going this way, my beating zone is only going to kill 2 of them. 2 of them are going to get away. That is for oblique fire, okay? Frontal is very similar. It actually is the exact same as enfilade for this example, because what's the machine gun going to impact? The whole squad. You see what I'm saying? But imagine the squad not in that formation. Does that make sense? So imagine this squad is in a wedge. So, and then it's still, the gun is down here firing, it's only going to kill these 2. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to kill the 2 on the outside, because it's not enfilade. Enfilade is where your entire beaten zone lands on the enemy squad. All right, let's take a drink, and then we're going to finish up with respect to gun. Okay, so guys, you need to know this. Respect to gun is simply it's what it sounds like. It's how you're going to actually use the gun. So we have searching, traversing, searching and traversing, swinging, and free gun. Free gun means you're on tripod, but the pintle is out. That means it can go wherever. It's still got one point of contact in the front, but the rear is not pinned in on the pintle, okay? That is free gun, the least preferred. That is the least preferred method because you're on tripod, but you're not fully locked in. Swinging is very similar. It is literally the same thing, but you can traverse, you can search with it, okay? Also not preferred. Traversing is left and right, okay? Traversing is left and right. You're fully locked in to the tripod and you're going left and right, okay? You just unlock it and move it, or you can make small adjustments and then leave it, okay? My guys always liked free gun, and I hated it because their rounds would be freaking going everywhere. And then you have searching. Searching is up and down, or elevation, okay? So, I know we always say never to talk with your hands, but traversing, searching, free gun, okay, swinging. All right, what else? I think that's pretty much it, guys. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button. Consider helping me out on Patreon, okay? Consider sharing the video with a buddy. If you know somebody needs to work on their machine gun theory, well, help them with this class. This is only for your Minecraft server, not for real life, so don't use it for anything in real life, okay? Oh, it's a rough life to be a puppy. I know. Okay. All right, guys. That's all I got for you today. Until next time, come here. What? Until next time, this is going to be Trench Grenade, your average weapon squad enjoyer signing out. Cheers.